What's going on, guys? So today I'm actually going to show a great demo of how to make homemade bread. The reason why this came about was because I went to my local bakery where I get my bread sometimes, and they were out of the bread that I wanted. And so I said, you know, how difficult would it be for me to make my own bread, the one that I like? And so I went and looked up the recipe. So I'm making it for the first time with you guys. So let's try it out and see how it goes. So per the recipe, what I'm doing today is I am going to make a cranberry orange zest bread, if you will. So it's supposed to taste really good. So we're going to see how it works out. So to start off, we're going to start off with some whole wheat flour, organic whole wheat flour, and we're going to put 4 cups of organic whole wheat flour, and that's what we're going to start off with. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 cups of flour. Fantastic. All right. The next thing is we're going to do 1/2 cup of sugar. So I'm going to use coconut sugar. Now, one of the things that we talk about all the time is managing how much sugar you put in your stuff. So the recipe actually calls for a whole cup, but I'm actually just going to use 1/2 cup because I don't want to have all that sugar. So 1/2 cup of coconut sugar. Okay. After that, we're going to do some baking powder. So we're going to do 3 teaspoons of baking powder. So let's go ahead and measure it out. 1, 2, 3 teaspoons of baking powder. Okay. And while we add it, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Teaspoon of baking soda, and we're going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. So I already have my rock salt already ground out here. So I'm going to put 2 teaspoons of salt. Fantastic. And then we're going to do 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. So actually, you know what? I like cinnamon, so I'm going to actually put a whole tablespoon of cinnamon. How about that? I'm going to change up this recipe just slightly. And let's go ahead and do that. 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon. Fantastic. So like I always do, even with the pancakes, once we put all of our dry ingredients in, we want to go ahead and get it properly mixed so that they mix, evenly with each other. So you want to gently roll it so that it mixes evenly in the bowl. Perfect. All right. All right. And once we have that properly mixed up like that, I'm going to take that, I'm going to set it aside, and we move on to the other stuff. So the other stuff we have, we're going to do 4 eggs. So I'm going to go ahead and move my eggs, organic eggs. So right here, and we crack them up real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 eggs. A little piece of shell there. Let me get that out. There we go. All right. Once we get that, give me 1 second. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to beat our egg. Fantastic. Once we beat our egg, next thing we're going to add to this mixture is we're going to add 8 tablespoons of butter. So what I've done is I've already melted my butter, and I use a plant-based butter. So we're just going to go ahead and add the butter in. Okay. Fantastic. All right. After the plant-based butter, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this again. Just flip it up a little bit. All right. Next up, we're going to put 1/2 cup of orange juice. So I have some fresh squeezed orange juice here. go ahead and add half a cup, and that's basically what this is, half a cup. Perfect. Pour that in, okay? Half a cup of orange juice, okay? And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of orange zest. So how do you get orange zest? I'm gonna show you guys really quickly. You just take an orange, wash it first, okay? And you grate it. And all you're trying to do is get the skin. Once again, it gives a great flavor. Okay? And that's how you get orange zest. So you get a pile like that, and then the rest is right here. Squeeze that off. All right? Perfect. So orange zest. And we said 2 tablespoons of orange zest. So pretty much we're going to do this right here. 1. Okay? And 2. Perfect. All right? So once we do that, once again, we come back here, mix this up, make sure that everything is nice and smooth. All right. And then last but not least, we'll put, I'll say about a teaspoon or so of vanilla extract. So, there you go. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay. Gonna mix that in a little bit. Now we're gonna bring back our flour mixture. Turn it over one more time. Create a little hole in the middle. Okay. And like I said, one of the reasons why I'm doing this bread once again is because a lot of times the bread we buy from our big box stores, especially the mass-produced bread, has so many preservatives in it and things you really don't want, a lot of additives that you don't want. And so actually getting the habit of making your own bread, number 1 is fun, but number 2 is a lot healthier because you cut out a lot of the preservatives, a lot of the additives, a lot of the chemicals that would come into our bodies. Once again, the more natural we can eat, the more organic we can eat, the more we control what's in the things that we eat, the better off. So now when you make your bread like this, you know exactly what's in it and what's not in it, no additives. And you also notice that when you really make bread at home, it doesn't last for 2 or 3 weeks like the store-bought bread does. This bread actually lasts for about a week at best before it starts to mold. So now, like I said, we put a little hole in it and we're gonna go ahead and pour this stuff off into it. Okay. All right, and now we're gonna mix it evenly. And we'll see what we come up with. All right, so once you get it kind of mixed in, you wanna actually use your hands and just knead it up. That's the best way to mix it, honestly. There we go. And you'll get a nice dough when you do it like that. All right, so now once we get done kneading our bread with our hands, you know, you gotta mix it in really well. Now we're gonna add in our walnuts and our cranberries, which is what makes it great. So I've already got a cup of walnuts here, so I'm gonna do, calls for 2 cups of walnuts, let's see. Make sure you said chopped, so I'm gonna make sure I break them up nice and fine. As fine as I can by hand. There we go. A little bit more. All right. Add that in. Get a little bit smaller pieces there. Sometimes I bought them whole. You can buy half, or you can buy chopped. For this recipe, it would be better if you bought chopped, but that's what I had. I had whole, so it does make a difference. I just break them up on my own, okay? And you want to break it up so it's like a pebble size. There you go. All right, and then some organic cranberries, and I'm gonna do I think about 2 or 3 cups or so of organic cranberries. Fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna mix in again. All right, so now that we have this mixed in, you can see we've actually massaged all of the nuts and cranberry in. All right, perfect. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take already sprayed this down so it's ready to go. And I'm gonna use, let's start with about half of my dough because I think I made a bit much. Half of my dough. We're gonna set it down in here. And once again, you don't want to overflow your pan. So let's go ahead and knead it all up. There you go. Fantastic. All right. And that, my friend, should make a good looking loaf. All right. Massage it in. Fantastic. All right. And we'll see how this turns out. So this is going to bake for about an hour or so at about 350. So I'm going to put this in and we'll see in about an hour what we have. All right, so it's been about an hour or so, and this is what our bread looks like. Once again, I wasn't all pretty with it when I put it all in there, but as you can see, it looks nicely cooked. And remember, whenever you do bread, you always want to stick that knife in it and check it to make sure that the knife comes out clean, and our knife is clean. Perfect. So once again, making your own bread, as you see, is very easy. You saw all the steps I pretty much took. Always make sure that you control what goes into your body. That's what this is all about. I go to the local bakery because the local bakery provides me a great source where I can get my bread from. But when I didn't have that, I made my own. I made it just as good. I know it's going to taste just as good. It smells just as good. But once again, no preservatives. I know exactly what's in there, and I can control what I put into it. So try this recipe out. I'm going to post it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic, fantastic day.